Apple picking is the biggest scam on earth. Apple picking is an activity that you pay someone to do that you would not do if they paid you. There is no chance if a guy was like, hey, I have a field. It's 3 or 4.5 hours away from here. If you want to come out one day when it's really hot, I will pay you $6.75 an hour to pick the fruit. I would be like, no. That's the worst deal I've ever heard of in my life. I have a college education, sir. I got options. He's like, okay, new deal. You pay me $35. And you do the exact same thing. And I was like, okay, yes, now we're negotiating. This is business. This is how it works. So my wife and I went apple picking in Pennsylvania. And the problem with going apple picking is you get all the way there and you can't pick 5 apples, you know? It's not like going to the store. No, you gotta buy the whole orchard or else it's not worth the trip. My wife was going bananas. She was getting everything. She's like, oh, this one looks good. Oh, this one looks really good. Oh, this one's from Mount Fuji. I was like, I think it's from Pennsylvania. We came home with 11 pounds of apples. There's 2 people in our house. You ever try to eat 11 pounds of apples in a week? It makes you regret living in a 1-bathroom apartment. It was a mess. The reason why we went 4.5 hours away to Pennsylvania is because all my wife's friends told her this was the best apple orchard in the Northeast because it's run by the Amish and they don't use electricity, so the apples taste better. Yeah, not like all those other apple trees that are plugged into the power grid. No, there's no electricity in these apples, okay? And then we got there, and these people, they weren't even Amish, they were Mennonites. Yeah, I don't know what that is either. I know I paid for Amish. I know the point of Pennsylvania was Amish. I got to the front of the line to pay. The lady, she goes, actually, we're Mennonites. I was like, fine, what's that? She goes, well, we dress like the Amish, but we drive cars. And we use electricity! So not Amish. They are regular people in costumes. I drove 4.5 hours for Halloween. Plus, I told her, I said, I want my money back. These apples are disgusting. I can taste the electricity on these apples. It's been a long 2 years. It really has, you know? And when we came back out, no one prepared us to come back outside. Last summer, I was walking down the street in my neighborhood, and this man in uniform stopped me and asked me to join the Navy. And I do not think he was prepared for how quickly I said yes. I was like, yeah, where's the boat? I can leave now. Do you have a haircut and a uniform when I get there? I don't even need to go pack. I tried to impress him. I'm like, if you need time to think about this, I'll be waiting for you on the starboard side of the street. Yeah, 2 knots down in front of the Popeyes. Eating spinach. And that's everything I know about the Navy. And I realized the problem with these Navy guys, these recruiters, they spend their whole life recruiting 18-year-olds, you know? They're not joining the Navy. They're like, I don't know, I got my whole life ahead of me. Beat it, Pops. Me, I'm 40 years old. I got a bad back. Life's over. I'm like, yeah, let's pull anchor and get out of here. And then I went home and I saw those Navy commercials on TV, and they're great commercials. love the commercials, but they gotta stop marketing them to the 18-year-olds and start marketing them to the middle-aged married couples who've spent the last 2 years inside staring at each other during a global pandemic. We would all join the Navy. Because the commercial starts with a ship going through the open ocean. And I'm like, oh, that looks, I could use a cruise. And then the voice comes on. He's like, do you want to get away? Yes. Do you want to see the world? I do. Do you want to leave your family for a while but still be considered a hero? That's exactly what I want. I'm joining the Navy.